Hi, welcome to my channel, Warbow KTB Archery. Today I've got the Mujingung, 55 pounds. I think I've measured in the 70s. I forgot what it was from last time. I have to find the video and put the image up. And I've also have the Cheonjigung, 60 pounds, um, which I measured at 78 pounds at 32 inches. Last week I was shooting the 80, 85 and 95 bows, but they're still a kind of a bit away from me. So this week, and I got a pain down my shoulder, and my back's been a bit sore as well. I also did a bit of gardening. We had some blackberry brambles that started to get out of hand now. They start to grow really fast come spring and summer. So I went through, chopped them all up, and took out the roots as much as I could. So hopefully we won't have so many brambles this year in the garden. So that was quite physical as well. So this week I thought I'll take it easy, but still shoot the 55 on the 60-pound bows, which is still kind of a decent weight, in the 70 to 80-pound at full draw mark. And with that, I've brought my cube target. So I fancy trying to shoot at a 3D. I find shooting at 3D is a bit easier than just a flat target face. Gives you a better sense of perspective. I've also got the bottle set up, so I was just going to and I got all the arrows out, and I just thought I'd try different arrows to see, which suits these bows better. So I'm going to start with the Mujingung first, and then just take a few random shots at the cube and the bottle, and then do a swap for the Cheonji. So going to start off with these 300 spine, 300 spine thin arrows, 4.2 internal diameter arrows. So I got these primarily for the Majesty, and the nocks are a bit tight on these strings, but they kind of still work. So we'll just see how they shoot from this distance. So, and I'm also using the Snakewood Sugachi. I haven't used it in a few weeks. Last time I tried to use it with the heavy bows, it felt like it was trying to pull my thumb off. So I thought, let's get back into to using it. So it might first few shots might go a bit funny as I sort of try and get a feel for the bow, the arrows, and the ring, but hopefully it shouldn't take too long to find a nice medium. So first, let's try shooting at the cube with these arrows and see how they do. So I think I might try 3 arrows each. So 3 orange, 3 white, 3 red 32-inch, then the 33-inch red, and then maybe the bamboo at the boss. I don't want to break the bamboo ones. They're a bit delicate if they're hitting the hard target. So, and I'm going to also alternate between onkaji and bankaji just to see which arrows kind of suit first. So first one, I'll do onkaji with this arrow. Oh, slightly over. Flew nicely though. Let's try again. Try bankaji now. Don't know if I hit the ground or I hit the lower part of the target. So last one. Try and aim a little higher. That's hit the target. So slightly off center, but it's fine. Let's try the white arrows now. First one on kaji, and then the other ones we'll try bankaji. Although, yeah, okay, let's see what happens. Oh, that's just went off the side. Too low. I think that's the trouble with the target on the ground. You know, any miss is going to hit the ground if you don't get the right height. Right, last one with the whites. Difficult to tell. It might cut the corner of the target or it's hit the ground or a root. Oh God, let's not be a root. Right, I'm gonna pick up the arrows and come back. Okay, let's try the 33-inch 250 spine. Still aiming for the cube. That's a hit. Try again. Oh, just missed. Last one. Oh, this one's a bit worse for wear, so anything could happen on this one. I need to get reflection at some point this year. Oh, come on. Right, too low. Right, so that wasn't a route. It was just, I was lucky there. I think that's the problem with this area that I'm shooting it. It's there's just too many trees, too many roots, too many issues if you miss. So on that basis, I'm going to try the bamboos. These are, I wanted them 33-inch AMO, but I got them 33-inch tip to end. So they're about 31.5 inches AMO. So I just need to be careful with these ones not to overdraw them. So as soon as I feel the edge of the point on my finger, that's where I shoot. So for these ones, I'm going to aim for the bottle and the main target. I'm going to aim for the tube because if they go a bit funny in the cube, they might snap. It was a bit wobbly fly, but it touched the bottle, so that's good. It is a bit windy today, so a few gusts. Right, let's try again. Close. Same vertical. Right, last one. And that's it, the bottle. So actually these bamboos have flown quite nicely. A bit wobbly in the air, but they kind of stabilised in this distance. And they kind of go where I'm aiming, more or less. So maybe a bit more practice with these ones. But I'm going to pick up and then move on to the Cheonjigung. Right, again, shooting with the snakewood Sugachi and the Cheonji. Testing out different arrows and shooting at the cube. So again, starting off with the thin ID 4.2 300 spine arrows. They have a bit of a hard time getting on this string. The string's a 28 strand, so these knocks are pushing it. So let's see how the Cheonji likes these arrows. Oh, that flew nicely. I have to say the Cheonji just feels really good bow. Potentially my most accurate one. It's surprising, but it's a really good bow. I really like it. Another hit. Then again, it might be that the more I practice, the better I get overall. So if I'd started with a Cheonjigung, I might be doing this with a Mujin now. Oh, right, okay. So, oh, that one a bit funny. I shouldn't have shot that one. I could feel the finger protector was moving in a weird way. But anyway, excuses. Let's try the white arrows, 300 spine, 150 grain points. Oh, too high. Try another one. Too high to the left as well. Oh, just over. And another white one. Oh, just missed to the left. Okay, let's try the 4 fletch arrows. This is the my heavy arrow. It has a 6.2 millimeter fluted beech dowel inside, and it's 965 grains. So let's see how that fares. Having a bit of trouble getting into this knock. Right, so that's hit the cube, turn it sideways. This is just without any dowel, so this is about 600 and something grains, maybe 700. Yeah, 700 I think it was. That's hit. So these are flying quite nicely out of the shot as well. And that's it as well. Let's try the 33-inch ones. Not sure if the Cheonjigung can cope 33 inches, but we'll see. Oh, struggling to get to 33. But this is one of my shortest bows. It's I think it's about 48 and a half, 49 inches. Even though it's supposed to be a long bow, it's not quite as long as some of the other ones. The Mujin is a special longbow, 53 inch. That's a hit. And then the last one of these. And that's another hit. So yeah, Cheonji seems to be working better on accuracy. And he likes the stiffer arrows as well. Right, I'm going to pick up and come back. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Just got some thoughts, not conclusions, but more like thoughts on these two bows. This is kind of an unofficial shoot-off between these two. I wanted to do this year another shoot-off of the bows, just to see whether, with 2 years since I did the last shoot-off, whether my skills improved, my technique, my form, whether my strength have also improved, whether or not that makes differences in terms of the accuracy with the bows that I have. I still think that the lower poundage ones don't work as well for me as they used to. And when I first got this one, and I included it in the first shoot up against the Majesty, the Cheonjigung, this was far too. I was too weak for this bow. This felt really, really strong. And when I did get this bow initially, I felt really intimidated by it because I didn't think I'd be able to shoot it properly. But with practice, that just proved to be quite silly. And now it's turned out to be one of my favourite bows. It shoots really well. I feel confident using it. It's yeah, I don't know, and I just wanted to because I said this is like a 49-inch bow and this is a 53, but when you put them together, there's not really that much difference to them. So let's just do a quick side-by-side comparison. So here we are. The grip sizes on them are about the same. In terms of volume and size, there's very little difference. I didn't modify the Cheonji when I got it, so it's just a big block, and it was quite square. And then later on, I did modify it just to take off the edges a bit, because I found that it took a callus, it gave me a callus and then ripped it out just because it was catching on this corner. So since then, it's actually been quite nice to use. I used to have to use a glove to use it because the bobbly, this kind of honeycomb, as they call it, bobbly grip was too hard, and it just feels like, whereas the popcorn sealing grip is a lot softer, and I do like this kind of grip a lot better. But on this one, I just thought I'd try this one just to see what it's like, and it gives you a lot more grip in the hand, but it can be quite abrasive. So yeah, so looking at these two together, setting the grip in the center, so the grips are in the center. Looking at the tips, there's very little difference. There's about an inch in the goja, maybe that's half an inch even, between about an inch and an inch on the Yang Yam goja. Same on the other end. So maybe that's where the 50 to 53 inch difference is. It's just very, very small. You barely notice it. In terms of brace height, I think you can see that the Mujin has a slightly more brace height. So let me do the, hang on. Let's get the Mujin out. So the Mujin, in terms of brace height. So I always like to do the fist mel at the base of the grip to check it. And this is 6 inches exactly. The lower limb should have less clearance than the upper limb, so keeping the same hand position there. Oh, it's not easy to see with. I'll take the ring off. Oh, so sorry. So back here. So the lower limb has kind of that much height, and the upper limb is slightly taller. And this is because on a KTB, the lower limb is stronger than the top limb, so it will stretch out more, lowering the brace height and giving you sort of a different position. So this is normal, and this is what you should want, to have a slightly bigger tiller on the top limb than the bottom limb. As I'm told by somebody who knows a lot more about KTBs than I do, my friend KTB Bilbo, that when a KTB starts evening out and you find that the tiller is the same on both sides, it's because the lower limb is losing strength, and then as it loses strength, it kind of pushes less, so then it kind of balances the string. So if you're buying a second-hand KTB, make sure that the tiller is less on the lower limb than it is on the top limb, and that will mean that you have a well balanced KTB that is stronger on the bottom, weaker on the top. And I think the reason for that is because of the way that we shoot with a KTB. We're not shooting from the center, we're shooting from slightly higher up. So the top limb, Not quite sure the physics are, but you know, the top limb has to like bend a bit more than the lower limb, and therefore that equalizes the pressure. What else? So comparing both bows again. Oh, and I'll do the same thing with the Cheonji, just to compare. So again, this is slightly less than a fist smell, just by, you know, a tip of my thumb, which is okay. This one's always had a kind of very low brace height, and I've twisted the strings quite a bit today to just get it a bit higher. And again, looking at the lower limb, we got that amount, and going up here, it's slightly longer. So taking it there and bringing it here. Oops, sorry, taking it there and bringing it here. We're slightly over. So this one is well balanced as well. So what is different between these two bows? So the arrow pass, I hope you can see, the arrow pass is narrower on the Cheonji than it is on the Mujin. And on the Cheonji, as you look at the limbs, it kind of widens and then narrows at the Goja, whereas the Cheonji has a more kind of same width throughout, and there is a slight tapering at the end. When you look at the Goja tips together, the kind of the Cheonji is slightly narrower, so giving it a slightly smaller profile. On the back, the position of the Goji is slightly different. So, and the ridge, prominence of the ridge is much higher on the Cheonji than it is on the Mujin. And that's about the only differences that I can see between these two bows. I can't explain it. Shooting the Cheonji feels more. I feel more confident with the Cheonji. Shooting the Mujin, I've had it now. I'll have it a year in May, and I've tried it a few times, but I can't seem to gel quite in the same way as I have with the Cheonji. So maybe I just need a lot more practice with it, just to find out, you know, where it sits. I do like the look of the Mujin. I think it's a stunning bow with the birch bark and the whipping in this deep red. It is a stunning bow, and it's also got the knotted strings, which is a nice touch. But I've got this inconsistency with it. So, but yeah, but but I think so far the Cheonji is my favourite on that, and potentially one of my most accurate bows. And this is why I want to do another shoot-off. The last time I did a shoot-off with the Majesty won. The Cheonji, I was too tired with the Cheonji, and I couldn't control it properly. I think if I did it another test this time round, I think the Cheonji would beat the Majesty. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's for some time in the summer, hopefully. So thank you for watching. Till the next time. Bye bye.